this is a video on how to graph in Google Sheets to create a scatter plot with a line of best fit or a regression line. Same thing. Line of best fit and regression line are the same thing. All right. So you're going to have your data set, something like this, right? And you want to make sure that with your numbers, you don't put any units. So 50.1, do not put centimeters after it. You have centimeters in your labels, and so it's assumed that all the numbers underneath will be 50.1 centimeters, 48.3 centimeters, okay? If you put the units with the numbers, it may just mess up your graph because it's Google Sheets won't read it correctly. Okay, so just like with the other graphs we've done, we're going to highlight all the data and the labels that we want in our graph. After you have it highlighted, you're going to hit Insert, and you're going to click on Chart. Now, again, we're going to make a scatter plot today. The graph that pops up is already a scatter chart, so that's great. If it's not a scatter chart, you can always go ahead and change the type of chart it is, okay? So there's your scatter plot. To include the line of best fit, what you have to do is you have to come over to Customize. And what you're going to do is you're going to look for the drop-down menu Series, okay? So hit that, and you're going to scroll down to the bottom where it says Trend Line. Once you click on it, there it is. There's your line of best fit, okay? Now, the reason we have this line of best fit is so that we can make estimations about other data points. So for instance, right, if I'm looking at my first set of data points, like the 50.1 and the 178.5, for a femur length of 50.1, the height is going to be 178.5. Now, what if I wanted to know what the height would be for a femur length of 46, right? I don't have a data point here where it's exactly 46, but what I can do is I can use my line of best fit to figure out what the height would be or what the height would be around for a femur length of 46 centimeters. Okay, so that's what the line of best fit is used for. To be able to use the line of best fit, you want to have the equation. So it's a linear line, which means it's going to be like a y equals mx plus or minus b formula. To find this formula, you want to go in the series, and it's still under trend line. You're going to hit the underneath label. You want to choose use equation. Now, once you have your equation on your graph, it's going to show up as a couple numbers. It's not going to, for whatever reason in Google Sheets, it doesn't have like the y equals portion. So you can go ahead, go in here, and I do want you to change it so that it looks like a y equals mx plus or minus b, okay? You can take away the asterisk if you know that the 1.92 x is like multiply. You can leave it in, that's okay. So now you have your line of best fit, y equals 1.92x plus 80.7, okay? And so if I wanted to find out what the height would be for something with a femur length of 46, I would take 46 and I would plug it into my x value, and then I would be able to solve for y, right? Which would be my height. And that's basically how you use your line of best fit. In addition, just in case you are wondering about it, I'm going to go back to series. There is what we call an R squared value. Now, R squared basically tells you how good your line of best fit is. So the closer to 1 or -1 it is, the more accurate it is. So essentially, if we look at this, the R squared value is 0.93. It just means that this line of best fit is like 93.3% accurate, okay? It's a good line of best fit. A lot of the data points fall very closely on it. If there were like more outliers, the R squared value would be lower, and so it would be less accurate, okay? So that's how you input a line of best fit, and that's how you use a line of best fit to estimate other data points.